Awesome Toad 21 here, and today we'll be looking at the Surface Book 2. Alright, so about 2 years ago, I ended up reviewing the original Surface Book that my father got for himself, but this time I got one for me. So this is the 256 gigabyte, 8 gig of RAMs with 212 gigs in storage, or 264. I forgot. I always get the 200 gigabyte version always messed up with the exact number. But yeah, we have the Surface Book 2. And so essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to go bring it for a review. We're going to putz around with the features, look around at it. I'll show you some of the specs and other neats and quirks and features with this. And that's pretty much our basis for the video today. I'm sorry I did not do an unboxing because I was so excited when I finally got this. So I don't have the unboxing, but I do have the original box. So that's always good news. So without further ado, let's dig in. So we are running Windows 10 Pro. Now let me just bring it up system here. This is what I like about the searches, like the Cortana search. I don't usually use Cortana. But yeah, here's where we have our specs of this. Right here, i5 with 8 gigs of RAM. So this is what we have. Windows 10 Pro. One thing that is now different from the Surface Pros and the Surface Books is the Surface Pros, I think, is unfortunate, but they only use a Windows 10 Home. I'm like, we pay all this money for a professional tablet and they don't even give you Windows Pro anymore. I kind of find that as a bar, but this thing has loaded with features. It has full Windows 10 Pro. Let's go ahead and bring up the storage here. Bring it up 1 second. So yeah, we have 236 gigabytes. I always screw that version up, the 200 ones. But looking at this, we have this thing boasts a 17-hour battery life. I'd be playing my games for about 8 hours, and it only goes down to about 50, low 40s, low 50s for about 8 hours of excessive gameplay. And I do believe it can actually withstand to about 17 hours of battery life, if not even pretty darn close to it. Now this thing is you can imagine, is very quick. It loads stuff really easily. This thing does have really good sounding audio. It has a speaker here and a speaker there, not the audio, and it actually plays it pretty good. So let me bring you some no copyright sounds music, because I don't want to get pegged for copyright, but this place is really good. Man, 22 million subscribers. I never realized they did that good. So let's go ahead and play some no copyright sounds. Pull up the volume up. Unfortunately, this says the screen is a 2K screen, 2000 by 3000, but oftentimes when watching a YouTube video, the screen doesn't show the full view because most cameras aren't supportive of this screen resolution quite yet. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Here's the light up LED screen, or LED keyboard, which I think is pretty cool.
It's all about humanity.
So yeah, that sounds actually really good for being a tablet's hybrid, or a tablet laptop hybrid. I actually really like the sound quality. Actually sounds pretty nice. Looking into other stuff, it does have your Windows Hello, which I'll show you right now. So let me just open this up. So Windows Hello is Windows face recognition. So it recognizes my facial features and stuff and lets me go right into the computer. Now looking around at this, I've actually successfully got that Android emulator I did a crappy video on 2 years ago to actually work flawlessly on this. And looking around, this is very clean. The screen, you can't really even see pixels on it. Its resolution is so good. What's really interesting is that a lot of apps don't support this resolution quite yet, so it often downsizes and you get more of like a bezel. One of the coolest features about the Surface Book is how the tablet, you push that button there, and it turns into a tablet for you. It's actually very thin. It's actually thinner than the actual keyboard itself, or the keyboard, and you have a fully functioning Windows tablet that just magnetically holds back into these hinges here, and it actually holds it really well. Like, it actually grips on really nice, and it keeps it from falling off, which I think is a really cool feature. And another thing is that this thing ends up charging two batteries. You got the battery for the tablet part, and the battery for the keyboard part. So when you have this two together, you end up having that 17-hour battery life. And I'm guessing with this one here and that one battery and the keyboard that it just splits it in half, and you end up getting about a 6.5-hour battery life, which is quite dismal. But many people don't use this as a tablet and all that. Just use this as a tablet. They end up using the keyboard as well. So if you ever use a tablet, maybe it's for like movie watching on Netflix in a vacation car or something like that. So it'd be more efficient to keep the keyboard off in times like that. But most people, I think, would use this as the keyboard itself, which means you really have that long, all-day lasting battery life, which I think a lot of people would enjoy about this tablet laptop. So looking around, we can actually it plays games pretty well. I'll show you a little bit of this Android emulator. I can play like Crowd City. I have a video on Bedrock Harvester playing Crowd City that I'll release pretty shortly in the next couple days or so. So this is a little feature, but this is BlueStacks, and it actually plays off the Surface Book 2 very nicely. And there's no real lags and stuff. It's just kind of and this is one of those things where I do like to prefer the tablet over the keyboard, because the Android stuff is designed more for tablets. So the keyboard functions are a bit complicated, so I literally will just use the tablet to make this work. But you can actually put it in full screen if you want. Play like Crowd City. You got all the other Android games you can possibly think of that all run here. So you can literally just walk. Like, I'm not going to do much of gaming here, but like what I'm saying is like this cursor here. It's kind of hard to play without the cursor, but you kind of just move your finger around. It's much easier to play, and you can get a lot of more people and stuff. So yeah, this is it. So yeah, this is just basic gameplay here. I don't see any lags. On my Surface 3, which had a much worse specs, there'd be lags when trying to play games and stuff. So the lags and stuff kind of slowed it down to the point I could barely use it. I almost died there. I don't think this is going to be one of my good games. I'm just showing you guys, so I'm not really putting much effort into actually collecting as many people as I can. Oh, something just went off. That's not a computer problem, that was something in my Android emulator. But yeah, that's pretty much BlueStacks is your Android emulator. Plays fairly nicely on this. Looking around, it's really just a very fascinating and solid design and build. Like, this thing is all like titanium metal based. You do have your USB-C and your standard Surface Pro docking video, but I got a certain YouTube I want to shout out. Commented on me, he wanted a shout out for me. This is Expo Snipes channel. He does a lot of gaming, especially some Fortnite and some, I don't know that, I think that's Fortnite. No, that's not Fortnite. Yeah, he does a bunch of gaming on Fortnite and stuff. He's got several videos. His biggest one's 200. Let's try to get it to 2K or something. Who knows? But yeah, go ahead and check him out. He's Expo Snipes. I kind of know him quite well. Be sure to check him out. And this is my final. Have a nice day, hopefully, unless someone else wants to give me a shout out. But yeah, I think this is a good time to end. So, see you later.